Hello everyone. People very often ask me, how did you grow your hair so long and so fast? And at which point I point out that my hair definitely does not grow any faster than average, but I don't cut it because I'm trying to grow it out. And then people get really surprised and really flustered and they ask me, oh, but don't you trim it? Don't you get split ends? And yes, I do trim my hair very occasionally, generally less than once a year. And yes, like any other person, I do get split ends. However, I think it is a myth that trims are the solution to get rid of split ends. The way I see it, trims can be used for A, gradually getting rid of very extensive damage, such as from chemical processing, B, they're used to maintain a particular length or a particular cut, and C, they are for maintaining a particular hemline shape. And when I trim, it is actually to maintain a particular hemline shape. When it comes to split ends, that is damage that can be prevented and gotten rid of in ways that don't require a trim. So what I'm going to do today is give you 3 tips that hopefully will help you in preventing and getting rid of split ends without having to trim your hair. My first tip will sound very ironic because it involves hair scissors, and it involves hair, and it involves hair coming off. However, instead of a trim where it all comes off, it is a technique called search and destroy, in which you bring a strand of hair up to the light and you search for a split end. And I don't have very many, surprise surprise, but there is one here. And what you do is you just cut ever so slightly below the split end so the damage doesn't travel up, and you cut it off. So in this case we have removed the damage from one hair instead of just lopping off 5mm of all of our hair. For me, this is the best way to get rid of split ends. 2, keep your hair up. This might seem kind of ironic. Most people assume you're growing your hair long to wear it down. I think long hair just means it's way more versatile. You can put it up, you can have it down, you can have it in a plait, you can do so many more hairstyles with it, and personally I think buns just look really elegant and they're really effortless and are a great way of just getting the hair out of the way. And they prevent all of the mechanical damage associated with your hair rubbing against your clothes, against your chair, getting caught in things, which sometimes can be a hazard. And it also means that I get to wear very pretty hair accessories that I can only show off by wearing my hair this way. And I don't know anyone else who wears them sort of around where I live, so I think that's a great plus. Here is a very quick example of what different hair accessories and hair buns look like, just to give you an idea of the variety of accessories out there. I think they're really unique and I really like the way they look. I think they make me look very elegant without requiring very much effort. And finally, my very last tip is to make sure you keep your ends moisturised. The biggest enemy for your hair ends are for them to be very dry, because dry ends are much more likely to split. But for me, the way I prefer to keep my ends moisturised is by using oil. However, it is very important to note, oil does not contain water. Therefore, it's very important that you're applying oil to hair that already contains moisture. The oil will act as a sealant and will make sure that the moisture stays inside, therefore keeping your hair supple for longer. I have 2 methods which I prefer to use to maintain my ends moisturised. The first one is known as the rinse out oil method. What this entails is after I've shampooed my hair and washed it out, I get some baby oil, I apply it to the palm of my hand, rub it around and apply it to the length of my hair, all the way down to the ends. And then I use some conditioner and apply that on top, and the conditioner will actually help wash out the oil, at least the excess of it. If you use too much you may end up with quite stringy hair. You will notice it takes a lot longer to dry because it takes longer for the moisture to escape, but it will mean that your hair will be moisturised for a lot longer until you next wash it. And my other preferred way is after I've washed my hair and it's damp and drying, what I will do is I'll grab some oil. My personal favourites are the products from Night Blooming, so there are creams that you can apply to your hair, and there are also some oil which I think smells really nice because it's got rosemary in, reminds me of Spain. So again, just as a very quick demonstration, I will get a small drop, usually I use a bit more but I've already applied some. Spread it out in your hands, get lovely greasy fingers, grab your hair and then just apply it to the length of the hair. It will kind of decompress. Sorry, I do find when I do this that my hair compresses quite a bit. And it may seem a bit oily at first, but then I find my hair is very good at absorbing the oil actually. And sometimes a pass with a tangle teaser helps distribute it a bit better. So those are my 3 tips for preventing split ends from occurring in your hair without trimming. I hope they were helpful to you, and especially if you're trying to grow your hair out long and you want to protect your hair from split ends. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!